Financial abuse. Let's learn more about what financial abuse is all about in today's episode: marriage, money, and entanglement. Welcome to Heart of Money with Soumya. I am Soumya Panda, an investment advisor since the last 20 years, now bringing to you conversation around things that make money a taboo topic. Today we're exploring how money can be a big trigger in marriages. Today we have with us advocate Jalaja Nambiar, who's here to share her insights from her experience of being an advocate in divorce settlements and real estate since the last 30 years in Mumbai. Divorce is fairly common and acceptable these days, but the one thing people are not talking about openly is the emotions that money brings up during these situations. Jalaja will be talking to us openly with her expertise in divorce settlement. Thank you so much, Jalaja, for agreeing to come over and to agree to have a conversation like this openly with me.
I'm so glad that you chose me after so many years. You connected with me and now we are here for a good discussion.
Great.
Tell me, what help can I do for you?
Please tell us about how you decided to become a lawyer, and even within that, how did you become a divorce lawyer?
Let me first correct you with a divorce lawyer. Let me first start off with that. Because there's nothing known as divorce lawyer. If it's a divorce lawyer, it means that lawyer is divorced.
Oh, okay.
That's what I understand. My interpretation is that. It's actually matrimonial lawyer.
So what all does it cover?
Divorce, judicial separation, restitution of conjugal rights, maintenance, custody, access, etc., etc.
Oh,
so where is the question of only divorce?
Oh.
Arising from the divorce, right? If you want a divorce, even if it is a restitution, that is, it's a reconciliation. That also comes, no?
Ah, okay.
Now, I come from a very conservative family. That's conservative in a sense, very close family also, but conservativeness was there. Though my father was very keen that we should study. So, when I completed my 12th standard, Dad was keen that what is this girl going to take now? Okay. Science was out of question. Maths was never my field. So I had an inclination towards philosophy.
Okay.
And psychology. And I excelled very well. And that base is so good, no? At a very young age, you explore a lot of thoughts. Let be Indian philosophy, let be European philosophy, right? So that was an amalgamation of both the philosophies coming into me. Then came the psychology, abnormal psychology, social psychology. Actually, I read everything. And it is so easy for me to relate to people.
So now that must be...
That helps me a lot to decide about a people, to go through a person, what that person is saying, what is in their mind.
So it must be helping a lot with clients?
Yes, it helps me a lot. Thereafter, then came the question, my dad said, no, you do your masters or something and be a professor. And always somewhere in my mind, I used to say, I want to do a law, want to be a lawyer. Then no idea how the lawyer will be, what I'll be, because I had no background. Completed my law, I could manage my law, I finished my law. Then I got married to an educated family. So nobody stopped me from doing anything. Then the journey came, I came to Bombay, the journey came, it was struggle in Bombay and all. Then I realized that no, there was a call within inside. Say, look, I have to really concentrate on my practice and I take this area. Matrimonial matter. Because I could see a lot of things happening. And I realized that this is something I can actually give it to the society where people need it. It is not only a litigation and to make money. I went with a vision that everything is not that I win. It should not be there. When the other side is also there, try and understand them also. Try and compromise and understand, let the parties be happy. So that was my goal and I started off.
Oh,
and that is how I met Mrs. Dutt.
I think Anusuya Dutt has a big name in this space.
She is the one who actually navigated my whole journey. See, you believed in karma.
Yeah.
Something gave me back.
Yeah.
She gave me back. She took me everywhere.
So it's been now more than 20 years that you've been
involved
in matrimonial cases. How has the narrative changed of these couples that come to you for divorce settlement, separation?
See, what has happened is now over the period, there's a big transition. Now, years back, I say 20, 25 years also, women would not come out for divorce also. Even the parents were a little very worried. Over the period of 10-15 years, the big shift.
Yeah, and what's the shift like?
The shift is that now the parents are coming out. The parents
In
are
support.
in support of the girls and the boys also.
Yeah, and the boys.
Both in support that yes, this marriage is not working. We need a settlement, or we need a peace in life.
They're accepting of it.
Accepting now it is not working. We cannot live under one roof anymore. Now when there is a 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, so the finances also go up till the 25th. By the time you're 25 years of your marriage or 30, you must have accumulated good wealth, right? Or not?
Yes.
Now the question comes is, how are you going to distribute that? So that is how the financial planning comes.
So what kind of money conversations used to happen then, and what is it now?
The first thing is that, what is my compensation I will get? The woman.
Both, even for a man.
Man, what am I supposed to give?
Okay, but if a man is financially dependent on a woman,
the man doesn't get. Only under Hindu Marriage Act, the man is entitled to get a maintenance. It's not a compensation. So what happens is, in India, we don't have a uniform civil code. So having said that, we are governed by personal laws. Each religion has their own personal laws.
Okay.
The Parsis have, Hindus have, the Christians have, the Muslims have.
Okay.
There is a common is the Special Marriage Act.
Okay.
Okay. That you can get married intercaste whatsoever. That's a different. But if you get married under the Hindu customs and right, or the Muslims, and if there is a dispute, you are bound to invoke your personal laws.
Okay.
So whatever your personal law says, you have to. That is what is binding on you.
So as far as money is concerned, say for example in the Hindu Marriage Act, how does it work for a man and a woman?
A woman is entitled, if she has no source of income, she is entitled to get some kind of maintenance or subsistence from the other spouse, vice versa.
Okay, so the man is also entitled to get
but
maintenance?
not in the Muslim, not in the Christian, not in the Parsi.
What are the 3 classic reasons why these couples come to you for a separation, and have the reasons changed in their stacking orders over the last 20 years?
No, the reason more has been risen is on an adulterous relationship.
Okay.
Both husband and wife both. One is this, then the major is the abuse, physical abuse.
Okay.
The torture a woman undergoes when they become violent. Then is one of the financial also, which a woman doesn't come to know that you're financially abused. One more thing is the alcohol. The alcohol the men take, that goes beyond control.
So it's typically seen that there are broadly 4 money arrangements that couples have between the two of them. First is where the man is making all decisions around money, irrespective of whether the woman is financially independent or dependent. Second is where both the man and the woman come together and make decisions. Third is where they both are earning income and they both manage their finances separately. And the fourth one, which is maybe typical to our region, which is that if there is a patriarch in the family, they get completely involved in the finances. So in your experience, when these clients come to you with a problem and they want to settle or separate, how have you seen these arrangements or agreements play out?
You can see when the 80s or 90s, when both husband and wife started earning, there are many couples who jointly do it. That is the right thing. So there is no abuse, because both knows what is happening, and there is honesty in it.
Where both are coming together.
Both comes to discussing about the finances, what are you doing. So there is no interference from the family. Then they will build up properties, cars, jewelry, both will come to it. Very rarely this happens.
Oh, this is a rare arrangement?
I think so.
Okay.
Maybe those who don't come to us for divorces, maybe it's happening.
Yeah, so then it's working.
That's what I'm saying.
My next question to you, in some cases, you might have noticed that one of the spouses just stay on in a relationship in spite of it being painful or in spite of it being full of unhappiness. What are the reasons that you can attribute to such
60 to 70% I've seen people just drag their feet.
And reason?
Reason is, one is, where do you go? You don't have a roof over your head. There's no parent support. Then you have your children. If I leave the house or the spouse leaves the house, what about the children? they will suffer. But the financial things are there in their control. The children are taken care. So it goes on. In that abusive relationship, they continue.
So it's primarily because of financial insecurity or financial lack of financial capability.
Yeah, and the society.
Yeah,
and
of
the
course
children,
society
and the children also.
Yeah.
Because of my children, I have lived with it. I've given up.
So in all these cases that come to you, the way I'm hearing it, your discussion is mostly around money, settlement, maintenance, assets, property. So it's all around the energy of money, right?
First point, nowadays the scene has been changed. What the parents of the girl tells me is, हमको शादी का खर्चा मिलेगा क्या? It's boiled down to that level now. There's no provision in law. शादी का खर्चा. That will amount to dowry, right?
Yeah.
Give and take both is illegal, right? So I asked them, शादी किसने आपको बोला था ये करने के लिए, आपको ये बोला था ये करने के लिए? नहीं. You've done it on your own will, right? Now things doesn't work on, doesn't mean that you can ask that.
Reimbursement though. You used the word financial abuse in this conversation earlier. What are the various types of financial abuse one goes through? What are the degrees of financial abuse that one goes through in a marriage? And is it something that only happens in a specific income group, or it's all across?
No, all across. Even the middle class, lower middle class, and the higher.
What is this financial abuse?
They deprive the woman with money.
Is it only a woman, or does it also happen to a man?
See, I have not come across any case where a man is deprived of money.
Okay.
There are cases that the money has to be considered, but very rarely. It's the woman who undergoes the
financial abuse.
Yeah.
So how does it show up?
She'll be given less of money, or she will be asked to spend a lot. The expenses part, if she's earning.
If she's earning.
See, what you asked me, correct question. For the men also, they undergo abuse by his EMIs are being done by him.
The EMIs of the house
it's been done by him. Many other EMIs are paid by him. So he's also running out of finance. But she's saving.
Okay, so that's one abuse.
One abuse. The second abuse is for the woman. She doesn't get any money for herself.
Even if she's earning, the money is taken
away from him. In one way or the other, with unknowingly or knowingly.
What about if she's not earning? What kind of abuses do they go
through? Then very limited amount is given to the woman to spend.
One is to spend, but otherwise?
Otherwise also, she's been asked to beg. I need this, I need that. It is not willingly. So when I say the woman doesn't get money for herself, which means everybody needs some money for themselves, no? The schooling is there, taken care, everything is fine. But she also needs some security. That insecurity, once it comes, it becomes too difficult for her to live. Now what is the insecurity? I don't have anything.
Anything with me, on me,
no roof over
my name.
In my name. It's not that it should not be in my name. I'm also doing a lot of taking care of the children. I'm taking care of the entire household, entire in-laws. But ultimately, I'm just staying in one house which belongs to somebody else. So where do I go if something happens? So that insecurity starts building up. So something has some protection. Has to be given to her also, no? Yeah. When the children grow up, they also start saying, what have you done to yourself? You chose to do. You could have woken up. And that's happened.
Yeah. Can you give us a few examples of financial abuse in cases that have come up to you?
When ladies come to me, women come to me when they're in their 50s or 40s or whatever, the children are already 18, 19.
Yeah.
So they don't listen to you.
Yeah.
Correct? So they always lean on the father or the grandparents who will be always goody with them. So the woman always feels bad that, okay, fine, what have I done to myself? There's no identity for her. There's no personality for her. She's only a mother who cooks, serves food,
takes care of the house.
Yeah, like a glorified maid. Even when the woman takes the responsibility of knowing herself and she puts her foot down. So when I'm parting, what I do, the finances has to be good, right? So whatever the children are being taken care, all that alimony, maintenance, everything.
So do couples use money as a tactic with children when they're in a separation?
Of course, yes. They will always use the child as a tool. My child wants 20,000, 25,000, a toddler's expense.
Pocket money.
Expense 25,000. I said, what are you going to do with this 25,000? So that is the way they want to.
Use a child as a pawn.
And I remember one of my client, the child was with the mother. just give a bill of 15,000 rupees of some toy she bought. And she's doing it through the child. The child is saying, Papa, I want this. And he can't say no. The moment he says no, she'll say, look, your Papa is not giving you.
So that's how money and child are used.
And as and when it grows.
Yeah. And how does a child misuse this situation when
Because
they're seeing the parents are having an
because
issue?
the children know that the parents are having issue, they're getting everything. What does a child need now? Peer pressure is so much. Okay, I've got this, I'm going this. Money. The child is not bothered whether your father is together or your mother is. They're least bothered.
But what rules their mind is how do I extract materialistic gains?
They cry within themselves. Why the parents fighting? They actually undergo terrible emotions. They don't exhibit.
Yeah, but what they exhibit is
the want of material things.
Because somehow they feel justified.
Okay, fine, I'm right to do that. Because they can't do anything.
In the situation. They can't do anything except for
Come on, which child will feel that no, my parents should fight? They always feel that my parents are good, should be good. They love that, right?
Yeah.
They don't want to see their parents fighting. But when they are undergoing, what else can they do? What is the best scene? To buy peace, let go things. You have also life ahead, buy peace, settle the whole thing. Money is not the big thing. Give and take and buy peace.
It's a double whammy situation, when you're going through a separation. One is the emotional turmoil and the other is the financial turmoil. So how does one equip themselves to handle both these together?
Very difficult. At one end, you're fighting with yourself. You're trying to compromise with the situation. You're in a situation where there's a rejection by one side. A rejection is a huge thing. Even when the couples are not married, when they're having a relationship, there's a rejection. That rejection cannot be, to overcome that rejection is not easy. Especially when you know the other spouse is going around with somebody and spending a lot of money on that person. And you are deprived, your children are deprived. Imagine what that woman undergoes or he undergoes.
And then on top of that, there's also the financial element.
Financial is there.
There's a dispute over there and you're trying to find some kind of a settlement between the two of you on finances.
Especially there are so many women who comes and tell me, look ma'am, he's going around with that woman, he's spending so much on that woman, but he doesn't think about me. So that is where it comes. No, you have to somewhere balance it out. That is where is abuse coming.
What would be your advice to people? I mean, what are a few sound decisions or planning that they should do?
That's a good point.
Whether or not they find themselves in this situation.
Most important is, it is a duty of the parents or somewhere there has to be a financial planning. When you have finance, you really have that security, right? You have got the freedom, and also you become more responsible. The courage comes into you. You can face many situations. You're not insecure. The security is there. That's something I would tell the youngsters. You must look into it. Build in such a way that you emotionally also you're strong. If you're mentally disturbed, go for a therapy. No harm in going. Don't run away from the situation. Be bold. Face the situation. So now, I would like to ask you one question. Since you are from the finance background and you are planner, what advice would you give for any age when they plan their finances and how to plan it, so that they are never left in a corner or they're thinking, oh, what is next for me? I don't have money.
The first thing that comes to my mind is, of course, always be financially independent, have your own stream of income. Even if it's not your own income, at least figure out a way to have savings in your name, some assets in your name, so that you're never left in lurch. It's not always matrimonial issues. There are also circumstances like death that can happen in a family.
Yeah.
The one thing that I tell a lot of my female clients especially is that it's very difficult to expect you to suddenly out of the blue become financially independent. Like at 40, 50, when suddenly you realize where you're at in life, it is difficult to set up your own business and make lots of money and start from scratch at that age. But what you can do is to create awareness about money. Basic things you start with, like at least asking your family what money we have, where is it put aside, what is in my name, what is in your name, why has it been divided like this? There will be a reason. Not everything is meant to fight over. but just to understand that how has it been planned on your behalf. And if you're not happy with it, then work towards changing it. But I think just building awareness is the first step to financial independence, especially for women, I would say, and men also to a large extent. Like even for men who are in a family setup where the patriarch is looking after everything, even for him, knowing where the money is coming from, where it's going and where it's being put aside is essential to my mind. The second is ask the right questions, which means that get involved in money matters. If your family is investing, then understand where is it being invested, so that if shit hits the fan and the whole thing comes on to you, you can manage it from there on. So yeah, that would be my two bits of advice on how to be financially smarter in a marriage.
You have said it very well. Let me add on to it. Not necessarily everything should be a matrimonial issue. Husband and wife, not necessarily should be parting their ways. Like I said, most of the families, the husband controls each and everything. So it goes on for years. I've seen with families, I've seen with couples where the husband is started having health issues. When he has health issues, there is a big setback to him. The fear comes to him. Till then he is dominating. When there is a health issue, he realizes that, oh, I have now to tell things to my wife.
Yeah, I think we all feel that we are indispensable. We all feel that we are immortal.
And I've seen that person passing away also. After that, the woman has really taken up.
Yeah.
Because she has been told. I've seen the other side also where the woman does not know anything and it is doomed. The business is doomed.
Yeah.
Then she'll crawl. A family will come, that one will come, this one will come. Which is why I said that's the first thing is that both husband and wife finances should share with each other, make it a bonding.
Yeah, and that's exactly why I named this episode Money, Marriage and Entanglement.
Exactly.
Because it's all entangled.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Jalaja,
My
for
pleasure.
joining me in this very interesting conversation.
Thank you.
It was really interesting to hear so many examples and real life examples.
All real life. There's nothing a story. It's not any movie. It's not a movie.
Absolutely. It's not a movie. These are happening in real life.
In reality.
And I just hope that people hear this and kind of it helps them to feel a little bit more empowered in a way.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.